Okay, let's do this, everybody. Hello everyone, and welcome to us at Webstep here in Uppsala. We are really happy and excited to be hosting this first ever Demando Sessions today in collaboration with Demando, and we really hope that you will like today's topic that we'll be presenting very shortly. Of course, we are all socially distant in every way, so let's hope that the technology helping us to stream this event will support us in every way. My name is Eje Torensson, and I'm the regional manager here at Webstep in Uppsala. And by my side is the person who will be presenting today's topic on Svelte, my dear colleague Marcus Stamström. I know he will introduce himself very soon. So a few words about Webstep. We are an IT consultancy group based in Sweden and Norway with just over 400 employees in both countries. We consist of 3 offices here in Sweden with the head office in Stockholm and regional offices in Malmö and here in Uppsala. As a consultancy, we have always had a strong focus on technology and we attract many employees who are passionate about their field. In our recruitment activities, we have had a great collaboration with Demando in the past. And with that said, it would be a shame not to say that if you would like to know more, please let us know. And now, today's topic, I would like to present a few rules of conduct, if you will. One, as we are streaming this event on YouTube, we have no opportunity for direct communication with you as participants by microphone, for example. So ask your questions and thoughts on the chat right on the right side of the video that you see on your screen. Number 2, we will do our best to gather the questions and thoughts in the chat, and we will take these after the presentation and use the time available for any questions. And number 3, as real YouTube influencers, we would like to ask you to like the stream, of course, and to follow Demando's channel as well. There will be a lot more events coming this way soon, and in that way you will be able to get some notifications of what's happening. So, without further ado, I hand over all power and might over to Marcus.
Thank you. Okay, so let's begin. Kevin Henney, author of many books on software architecture, recently said that code is a liability, functionality is the asset. Henney is of course not implying that we should produce less functionality, but rather that writing code is a complex task. We should take great pride in the code that we write. If we can achieve the same functionality, but with less code, we reduce the risk of bugs, we stay more productive, and we gain readability, as we will see in this presentation. And on that note, I want to welcome you to this presentation of Svelte, Write Less, Do More. I'm Marcus Stamström, and I hope you will enjoy this presentation. Svelte does many things very well, and since it's a compiler UI framework, it sometimes comes with a new mindset. In this presentation, I want to focus on the Write Less, Do More message that comes with Svelte. So let's start by talking about writing less. Part 1, write less. So why should we write less code? Maybe the first thing that comes to mind is that we save time. Writing less code takes less time, giving time for other things such as optimizations, nice-to-have features, or writing more tests. We also become more productive, since small code bases are easier to work with than large ones. The reason for this is several, among maintainability, less refactoring, and less bugs. And on that topic, I want to talk more about the productivity aspect of writing less code. Steve Connell, the author of Code Complete 2, amongst many other books, wrote that project size is easily the most significant determinant of effort, cost, and schedule for a software project. Connell then goes on writing that code bases doesn't scale very well when it comes to size, saying that if we have a software project that we need to extend by maybe a factor of 10, the effort to make that happen would be much greater than the factor of 10. Steve Connell describes it as in this chart, where we can see how our productivity decreases as our code bases grow. The larger the code base, the harder it is to maintain, add new functionality. And since we have so much code already, it's also harder to refactor and add new functionality. So as we see in this chart, we have lines of code that we can produce on the y-axis and on the x-axis code, how large code bases are. So with this, it gives us a good reason for writing less code. But how about readability? If you write less code, we gain readability. Martin Fowler, the author of also many books such as Clean Code, Clean Architecture, usually named as Uncle Bob, said that any fool can write code that a computer can understand. Good programmers write code that humans can understand. And this is true on so many levels. We write code partially for the computer to interpret, but also for our colleagues and future colleagues. And if we can't make our code understandable, it will probably be rewritten, making our effort, making that functionality far less valuable. And if our code is hard to understand, it would also influence the productivity of our team members, since they will spend more time reading this code. Kyle Simpson, also author of many books, such as maybe you read You Don't Know JavaScript, said that we spend 17% of our day reading code. 70% of our coding time is spent reading code. So readability is extremely important, since it's the largest activity of our daily work. So how can we gain readability? Gaining readability is, of course, a complex question, and we need to make a lot of improvements to make code readable. But one thing that we can do quite easily is writing less code. Here is an example of it's a view file, actually, a view component, if you read that, and it's fairly large component. And what I found when I'm coding is that the more code I have to read and put my mind